You know, lawmakers are pushing bills forward at a fast rate. One of them would strip powers from the State Board of Education in Ohio.
Senate Bill 178 advanced out of committee today, and its next stop is a full Senate vote. The bill is a complete overhaul of the Board of Education.
And while many people agree there's work to be done with Ohio's public education system, they also say rushing a 2,100-page bill is just not the way to do it. News 5's Jesse Schultz has more.
Right now, the Board of Education is responsible for what K-12 education looks like in the state.
The current system, it's not perfect, but it's really about democratically electing people who are going to shape education policy in our state.
And for the first time this past November, Democratic-affiliated candidates won control over the board. But if Senate Bill 178 passed, it would strip the board of the power to develop education policy, establish financial standards, and implement programs, and instead give those responsibilities to the governor's office. Opponents of the bill, like Pete Van Leer, a researcher at Policy Matters Ohio, says there's already a checks and balance system in place.
The Board of Education is accountable to voters, to the governor, and the Senate, and I think that's a pretty solid setup for accountability.
Scott DeMauro, the president of Ohio's Education Association, says their members' biggest concern is the speed at which the bill is moving through the Senate.
It was only last week that anyone had a chance to see the 2,100 pages that make up this bill. So I really hope that legislators are going to put the brakes on this, engage us, engage other partners in some deeper conversations about what exactly are the issues that need to be addressed. How do we work together to address those?
Lawmakers supporting the bill say the Department of Education needs this overhaul, that there needs to be more opportunities for workforce development. If it passes, the Ohio Department of Education would be renamed to the Department of Education and Workforce, something Richard Bancroft, the president of the Ohio Home Builders Association, says is needed.
Our local associations and the National Association of Home Builders have continuously engaged in efforts that highlighting the importance of equipping Americans with the education and the training that's necessary to advance careers and rebuild the economy.
But DeMauro argues that more workforce development in schools is something that can be implemented under the current system.
But I haven't really seen any direct connection between how restructuring the department and taking away authority from the State Board of Education gets to those goals.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Jesse Schultz.